What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound. And I do have a new song out recently called Dreamin', the Deep Source Remix, who is a Splinterlands player. So make sure you check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, let's jump into this week's land update from Cryptomancer. Again, not too much. Obviously, we've had a lot of stuff that's come out recently, so Cryptomancer's just kind of finishing up some things, but here, I'll just read it to you, and then we'll dive into some analysis at the end. But for Land Baron says, here is this week's land update. The following has been done since my last update. So number one, updated the front end harvest results screen to be able to handle multiple resource harvests. Previously, it assumed only one resource type would be harvested at a time. Number two, modified the code for forced harvest to use the new true harvest all mechanism, which makes the code more efficient and eliminates redundant database queries. Number three, wrote QA test scenarios for True Harvest All. Number four, did a review of all land screens and identified scaling issues that require redesigns by the creative team to ensure the screens can evolve in appropriate ways to bring us closer to Land 2.0, and presented my findings to Nate. And number five, reviewed some work by Antioch, another one of the devs, to add Wagon kits. So we get something new here. Wagon kits as a new type of craftable item. Wagon kits will be used to build new Mage wagons for conflicts, as well as repair damaged Mage wagons. So in the week ahead, I'll be doing final preparations to get True Harvest All into QA and look to coordinate more with creative on what needs to be done for the UI scaling work. So a couple things here. True Harvest All is the main thing that it seems like he's working on. Doesn't seem like there is a time frame for any of this. Although I will say that the wagon kits is something that they want to get out for the second half of July, right? The conflicts is something that they're planning for the second half of July. Mage wagons and conflicts and wagon kits are going to be a part of that. So this brings into play, a broader thought that I had of like, we now have quite a few craftable items by land. Land is fully integrated within the Splinterlands ecosystem in many ways. And I think that this is a great thing, right? Now, obviously, the team will need to continue providing ways in which these things have value and utility, but it's actually kind of cool to see how all of this is coming together, and it's all really been done in just a couple of months. I mean, I guess, land did come out, was in February or so, or February or March, right? And I think it was survival mode in February. So yeah, March. Well, either way, right? It's been just a couple of months, but we've already started to see quite a bit of utility that's come to land. First, you had midnight potions that are required for the black foil, right, or increasing your black foil chances. You have what else? The fortune draws and the auction marks. And now we're going to have our next item, our fourth item, actually, which is going to be wagon kits. Now, obviously, we knew all this stuff was coming in, right? And we knew that land was going to have some kind of utility. But I still think it's kind of cool just to see all of this, coming together as quickly as it has. Now, obviously, in the past, I've been very, I don't want to say critical of land. It's just, I want to know when 2.0 is coming and when they're going to be working on 2.0, because even now, right, the True Harvest All, I feel like this is more of a quality of life thing, and it's a great quality of life thing, don't get me wrong, but it's not like a 2.0. It will make Land 1.75 currently and Land 2.0 much better in terms of quality of life, because you won't have to go through every single item when we get to 2.0, or every single resource. But still, it's not it's just a small stepping stone, rather than getting like the main things of like, hey, how are we going to get buildings? How are we going to get other resources? How are we going to get different types of crafting, right? Although we have started with the crafting, which I think is actually kind of cool. So all in all, land is moving along in a way that I'm actually quite happy with. So don't read into the times that I get critical, or the times that I'm just like, wondering how long it's going to take and what the timeline is for stuff like that. I fully recognize, two things can be true. I fully recognize that land has come a long way in obviously a long period of time, but just in a short period of time too. If you consider 1.75, its launch earlier this year, along with all of the direct utility that we're getting now from land resources that play into the game itself, whether you're opening cards, right? Soon it'll play a role in conflicts. And of course, now we have, buying some of the either voucher promo cards or just regular promo cards with the Yabba's Pickle, the auction marks, and the fortune draws. So once we potentially get the other outstanding item, which we haven't heard much about since, but hopefully that'll come into play, the survival potions or revival potions for survival mode, That'll be another element that directly impacts in-game. So we have all these things. They're not necessarily all ongoing, right? Conflicts goes for a limited period of time. The packs are available for a limited period of time. Even these promo cards are only available for a limited period of time, although the voucher promo should be ongoing, right? We'll be getting one every 3 months. So, it's like the team will have to keep finding ways to add value to this. But overall, I mean, this stuff is lasting for at least the next 6 to 8 months. So I'm not too worried about it in that sense. And at the end of the day, right, it's cool to see things are chugging along in a really positive way. So we're in the summer now. Obviously, there's been a lot that's happened, and the team is looking at the second half of 2025 in terms of what they're going to try and accomplish. Land wasn't really on the last town hall. I hope that we do get a little bit closer look or a deeper dive into what the Land plans are from Matt or from Cryptomancer on the next town hall, which should be coming up in a few weeks here. But besides that, we're just chugging along. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That is all I have for you guys in this video. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.